realized that I wasn't breathing very well anymore. And I also had asthma, so I had to make it easier. Anyway, please, please try. I know it's horrible, but now it isn't that bad. What I do is oh no, most people get fat. I didn't do that either. I just stuffed lifesavers. I know that sounds stupid. I cut one off. Oh, you're gonna take a video. No, don't do this. You're off. If you do that,
Do what?
What?
don't do a video of this.
I'm not doing a video of this.
I'll see what you're doing over there.
What?
He's doing a video.
No, it's not.
Oh, you would lie for him any day. Anyway, I'm asking you, okay, how much do you smoke a day? That's all I want to ask you.
10.
Good. Good. That's good. I mean,
Now I want you to see my eyes.
Yeah, I see your eyes.
Oh,
Oh, 10 a day isn't bad. You can just try a little bit, try not to.
Yeah, but see, most of the day, I don't even,
Now, I've heard you coughing. When Joe and I are talking, I've heard you coughing, and I worry about you. That's all. I just worry about you.
I can go out, walk a lot, and not even do a quarter of a cigarette. Not even half of it.
I want to ask you, do you think your dad would have lived longer if he didn't smoke? I think he would have.
Well, shit, he quit when he was 62.
Oh yeah, he was much better.
He quit at 62. He was 88 when he died.
Is that all? Oh, I didn't know.
Oh wait a minute, no, he quit when he was up here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were they up here that long? Well, they came up here in 2005, 2006.
Yeah, and then Mom died
Yeah, and
in
then
86.
So
88,
85 2001
Mom
was
died in
17.
88.
So 17 was that long? Oh my, it was.
Yeah, he quit.
Oh, I'll be daggone. That's right. It was.
Helen moved in, he quit.
I was quite right.
He quit. He said, shit with
Oh,
this.
it's accurate. Okay, you're accurate. Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
I'll be darned. I'd forgotten how long it didn't seem that long.
Okay, the only thing is that, it's not good. He just says you cough a lot, and that worries me. That's all.
I don't cough a lot.
Yeah, he does.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes it wakes
I
me
don't
up,
know.
and I'm in the chemo chair.
No, actually, my son told me in the next room years ago. Said, Mother, you aware that you cough at night? See, maybe that's part of it. Oh, please try. Just cut it down a little bit, just a little bit at a time, and please try. I've been I think I don't. It's 2.5. It's going to be 3.5 in June. I think that I quit, but I did a lot of damage because I started smoking in college. And my doctor asked me how long I've been smoking, and I realized I've been smoking for 50 some years. That's not good.
I always love it. They do it in pack years.
Huh?
I always do it. They do it in pack. They do it in pack years.
Yeah.
I always love it when you start off one of your history and physicals. Here's this 50-year-old white male with a 104 pack year history of smoking.
Yeah, think about that. And I realized at some point now, and I'm still impaired. I can't get up and down stairs without effort. I can't.
Well, I can't do that either. That's not because I didn't smoke. That's not because I smoke. I'm sorry.
I go in the store and
I'm being an asshole.
Talking to saying I have to have help because I can't lift anything. No, it's just, well, whatever. No, if I not smoked, I don't know if I've been any better. His Ruth is as weak as I am, so I don't know. But
I bet you wouldn't have enjoyed getting the groceries anymore.
Pardon me?
I bet you wouldn't have enjoyed getting the groceries anymore. I imagine you would have, resented the task more because, you had to do it anyway, and this way you can resent your health doing it rather than the task itself.
What are you talking about?
Should I go through it again?
Well, no, when you went and bought groceries, she also bought cigarettes. But now you do not buy the cigarettes when you're going and buying the groceries.
Now, Paul just made a cigarette run today.
Honey, I'll send you a whole carton if that's what you want. I mean...
Oh, he doesn't want... He doesn't want your cigarettes. He wants real cigarettes.
No. I went and bought...
I don't have any problem buying cigarettes. I buy them all the time.
Well, no, Paul wants real cigarettes. He doesn't want your Marlboro Lights and crap like that.
What's he talking about?
Cigarettes.
Enlighten her.
Cheap cigarettes. Light cigarettes and stuff. I smoke Camel filters.
Talk to Faith. Don't talk to me.
I smoke Camel filters.
Well, get them. Well, go buy them. I don't care.
They smell good, but there's a certain point when. No, at least Camels they're like they have like good tobacco. They smell good.
I suspect though that when I was smoking filtered stuff. No menthol, none of that crap.
No. Although the first cigarette that we smoked together. Well,
do that or I'll cut you off right now.
Okay. Perhaps,
I mean, if you do that kind of crap.
well, perhaps I'll tell later, but not right now.
Well, it's the first cigarette you two smoked together.
There you go. And it was menthol. And I remember when I inhaled that down into my lungs.
I never smoked a menthol in my life. Ugh, that's awful.
It was a Kent at that point.
Kent.
Yeah.
Well, that's another one out of the blue.
Dad smoked Lucky's.
Well, your dad and I shared a Lucky one, when we first went up there. When we first...
I can't believe that.
No, we shared a Lucky, on that Thanksgiving, when we got snowed in there and I couldn't get back.
I'll cut you off right now.
Pall Mall.
Honey, no, it's just...
My dad smoked Pall Malls.
And it was great. I mean, the Luckies were so good. I mean, I can understand why people smoke. I really can.
I'm cutting you off right now.
Why?
I don't want that phone.
I don't know.
Smoked Pall Malls in Salem. And, Pall Malls, Salem. And he used to drink Black Label.
Oh, Black Label. Real Black Label, yeah.
They drink Black Label or... Oh, it's called Mabel.
Oh.
Okay.
She cut us off. I mean, my heavens, we were having a really reasonable discussion, I thought.
I did too.
No, we were telling some stories.
I know.
Well, I'll be daggone. Well, so be it for a moment. Well, I'm going to go out and talk to you all a little bit on the porch here, guys. Paul's doing a little stuff here on the internet with his computer. Here's a chance to catch a bit of the afternoon light on the sycamore trees. And then we'll come back here, and then I'm going to yak to you a little bit more. Now, for all of you that have ethical conundrums about ethical things about my ex-wife's relationship and myself's, relationship, that's redundant. I encourage you to cut a little slack for the realities of human reality. Now, I want to expand a little bit briefly on the smoking theme that we had gotten into. Now, the story that she did not want me to tell you is the following. Now, when I had been an undergraduate in the history department and so forth, I had cultivated a number of friendships with my instructors. Well, all of them genuine. Well, yes, all of them genuine. Yet, well, I shouldn't say yet, because that makes it sound like the genuine thing is not true, doesn't it? I had cultivated friendships with my instructors, and as it turns out, they would invite me over to their houses, apartments, etc. And these were genuine friendships. I mean, now as it turns out, and that's not a sarcastic transition. At that time, before the great inflation set in, the great inflation of the 1970s set in, you could still have a very cheap party where you could have all sorts of really neat eats and everything, and have people over for, less than half of your monthly income. So, man, I love thinly sliced salami. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, I also like sitting out on the stairs and, let's not go there. So anyway, this was of a time when you could do a lot for a little, so to speak, in terms of money. Now, when this is all prelude, as many things I say are, there's somebody slowing down. Oh, okay, that's all right. He's caught up in traffic. I thought he was being a lowlife and scoping me out. Well, anyway, so this is a prelude when. So after, when I'd gotten to medical school, I started medical school in July of 1972, and I thought to myself, I'm going to elaborate a bit more, because one of my favorite history instructors, actually had me babysit his child when he was a baby. I'd bicycle up Old Tangy River Road, and, Catherine and Jeffrey would give me dinner, and then they'd go off to whatever they're going off to, and I'd babysit their child, and then I'd bicycle back down to the dorm. It was great. Oh, wow, I miss those people. Well, they've gone through a lot of life changes, as everybody has, haven't they? Well, anyway, so I said to myself, Joe, when I got to medical school, you're not going to be able to get a lot of good free dinners here. Well, this sounds a little bit overtly calculating. Well, if it is, it is. Too bad. That's how the world works, guys. So, I said, well, who would be the next best possible person to get a free meal from while I'm in medical school. So I selected my next favorite instructor, or instructoress in this case. So I got on my bicycle and I hopped up the road. She was quite surprised to see me, and that's fine. And over time, we fell into a relationship and a friendship. And this is general. I'm not being sarcastic. I know I sound sarcastic. That's my style. That's my tune. But that's the way it is. And then then we're sitting out back on the back steps. This gets into the cigarette story earlier on. That's why I'm leading into this. And so she was smoking a Kent menthol, and she had me take a drag off the Kent menthol. Now I'm going to tell you, that's the first drag off a cigarette of any variety I'd ever had. And this is 1973. Well, I still remember the absolute cold feeling. I mean, it was cold. It was like ice going down in my lungs. I didn't like it. Well, and then I started coughing wildly. So, okay, that's fine. Now, I will say that later on, as a technique to try to stay awake and be able to study in medical school, I did try to smoke some of these little, Winchester little cigars and things. But, as I may have mentioned, I just do not have the nicotine, it's very clear I don't have the nicotine metabolic gene, and, well, I don't have both of them. I mean, you have one or two, but I don't have both of them. So I have to urinate out all the nicotine without metabolizing it. So, she gave me this, and that's fine. Well, that was only one or two or three drags, and I decided after these, the first experimental pack of the Winchester little cigars, that was that. I didn't even finish them, obviously. I just tossed them. But I got thinking about, I was talking about having a cigarette, a Lucky with her dad, and that was a good moment. But not just because, good moment because it was with her dad, of course, but it was also because it was a Lucky, which is a good cigarette. And then, at least Paul smokes Camels. At least it's good tobacco. Now, my word, the man gets saturated with this stuff. It's just god awful. I mean, he exhales this stuff. It's terrible. But there it is. You live with somebody. That's what you do. And then so Faith gave me a Kent menthol. And then Salem, Paul was talking about his dad smoking Salems, and which by definition are menthols, which I always found strange. And then now Pall Malls, Pell Mell, I always call them Pell Mells, but Pall Malls, Pell Mells. My Aunt Ola Kersey, my dad's oldest brothers, or older brothers' wife, she smoked Pell Mells, and unfiltered. These are all unfiltered, by the way. And wow, now she made it into her late 80s. So much for smoking reducing your health. And then my Aunt Sally, my dad's only sister, she was 2 years younger than he was. She liked to smoke Luckies. as well. She vacillated between Luckies and Camels, and she had one of this little plastic cigarette thing. It had like a little indentation that you could stick a pack of matches from a bar, and you know. And she smoked Camels. My uncle, her husband didn't smoke. Uncle Frank didn't smoke, but she smoked these things. And as I said, everybody in my family smoked except my folks and myself and my sister. So it was always a very interesting gathering when we got together. Well, I'm going to shut up now because I think I've laid the groundwork for any amount of damage. I want to thank Sergeant Padula for subscribing to my channel, and I've tried to listen to his radio show, Radio Clarksville, WJZM, Whiskey Juliet Zebra Mike, AM 1400, and when you've got a Mac computer, they want a certain amount of additional plugins. It's called Flip for Mac, and I tried to install it, and that doesn't seem to work. But so at some point, perhaps I'll be able to listen to it, absent a better radio receiver, which I'm going to tell you right now that ain't going to probably happen. So on that note, I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers.